Itachi Uchiha, one of the most infamous traitors in the Naruto universe. He massacred his entire clan, tortured his younger brother, joined the most dangerous criminal organization, and turned Sasuke into a fugitive. He became one of the most feared shinobi in history. But was Itachi really the villain he seemed to be? Or was there more to his story? Born into the prestigious Uchiha clan, Itachi was a prodigy from the start. By the age of 7, he had already graduated from the Ninja Academy. He joined the Anbu shortly after and became a captain at just 13 years old. But that same year, he did the unthinkable. He wiped out his entire clan, including his parents. And if that wasn't enough, he used his Tsukuyomi to force Sasuke to relive their deaths over and over again. When Sasuke confronted him in shock and horror, Itachi simply told him that it was all to test his limits. He left his brother with one final message: "When you have the same eyes as me, come and find me." Years later, that moment finally came. Sasuke tracked down Itachi, and after an intense battle, Itachi collapsed and died. But then came the biggest plot twist of all. We learned that Itachi wasn't just a cold-blooded killer. He was a double agent, secretly working for the Hidden Leaf. The truth? The Uchiha clan was planning a coup, and the village elders gave him an impossible choice: let the civil war destroy the village, or eliminate his own clan to prevent it. Itachi chose to sacrifice everything: his name, his reputation, and even his own life, to protect the village, and most of all, Sasuke. This revelation left fans divided. Was Itachi always meant to be a hero, or was his character rewritten later on? That's the question we're going to explore in today's video. By the end, you'll have your own answer. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss content like this. Now let's get into it. First off, let's clear something up. Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, has confirmed that Itachi was always meant to be a good guy. In a 2015 interview with Kobayashi, Kishimoto revealed that from the moment Itachi was introduced, he had already decided that Itachi's true nature was that of a noble hero. The only reason he committed those horrific acts was because of the circumstances he was forced into. Now, I get it. Even with Kishimoto himself saying this, some people still find it hard to believe. After all, if Itachi was always meant to be a hero, why didn't we see more hints or foreshadowing before his big reveal? Why wait until after his death to drop this massive truth bomb? Well, here's the thing. You don't actually need that interview to prove Itachi was never truly a villain. The story itself gave us several major hints all along that pointed to his true intentions. You just have to know where to look. So let's break down these clues, and by the end, you can decide for yourself whether Itachi's true nature was always in plain sight. Our first clue goes all the way back to Naruto Chapter 7, right after the bell test. During a conversation with Sakura, Sasuke brings up a moment from his past. He says, "That time, crying." Naturally, Sakura asks, "Who cried?" Sasuke starts to answer, saying, but then stops himself. At first glance, this might not seem like much, but looking back, it clearly hints at Itachi. This moment was later referenced in Chapter 403, where we actually see Itachi shedding tears as he prepares to leave the village after the Uchiha massacre. At the time, Sasuke convinced himself that he had imagined it, brushing it off as a false memory. Even in that Chapter 7 panel, you can see the difference in Sasuke's tone. He's visibly somber when recalling this moment, a stark contrast to the bloodthirsty determination he showed when talking about killing Itachi during Team 7's introductions with Kakashi. That subtle shift in emotion was a huge indicator that deep down, Sasuke sensed something was off about Itachi's actions, even before Obito revealed the truth. The second major hint came during Itachi's introduction, right after the Konoha Crush arc. When he and Kisame infiltrated the Hidden Leaf and were confronted by Kakashi and the other Jonin, we saw something interesting. During the fight, Itachi put Kakashi under his Tsukuyomi, a powerful genjutsu that lets the user control time, space, and even reality itself in a dreamscape. In other words, Itachi could have easily killed Kakashi right then and there, but he didn't. Even Kakashi was confused. He later admitted that Itachi had every opportunity to finish him off, but chose not to. And then, when Might Guy arrived to back them up, Itachi suddenly called off the fight, giving some vague excuse. This even caught Kasami off guard because, let's be honest, retreating wasn't really in their playbook. Looking back, this moment was a huge clue that Itachi was never truly the enemy. If he was really the ruthless villain he pretended to be, why spare Kakashi? In fact, if his goal was to fuel Sasuke's hatred, killing his sensei would have been the perfect way to do it. But he didn't, because deep down, Itachi was never working against the leaf. He was protecting it. The final major hint that Itachi was a good guy all along came during his confrontation with Jiraiya. After torturing Sasuke, Itachi and Kisame attempted to capture Naruto, but Jiraiya stepped in to stop them. He trapped them inside his Toad Mouth Bind, a powerful jutsu that should have made escape nearly impossible. But instead of fighting their way out, Itachi told Kasami they should retreat. Now, I know some people might argue that Jiraiya himself said he could take on both of them at once, but that's not entirely true. Even Kisame questioned Itachi's decision, pointing out that with his power, he should have been able to defeat Jiraiya. And yet, Itachi made an excuse to leave. But here's where things get even more interesting. In the Naruto anime, Jiraiya acted like he had some understanding of Amaterasu, the black flames Itachi used to escape. But in the manga, it was a completely different story. Jiraiya had no idea what those flames were. This means that if Itachi had really wanted to, he could have used Amaterasu to take Jiraiya out instantly and capture Naruto right then and there. But he didn't. Why? Because Itachi was never actually trying to capture Naruto. His real goal was to pretend to be a loyal Akatsuki member while secretly protecting the leaf. And this moment was one of the biggest giveaways that he was a double agent all along. Itachi experienced war firsthand at just 4 years old, witnessing countless deaths at a young age. That trauma shaped him into a peace-loving man who despised conflict. He understood that if the Uchiha clan's coup led to a civil war, it wouldn't just destroy Konoha, it would weaken the entire Land of Fire, making it vulnerable to attacks from other nations. But here's where things get complicated. His reasoning for massacring his entire clan doesn't completely add up if we go by his own words. When he confronted Sasuke, he claimed that his true motive was to test the limits of his abilities, and that he spared Sasuke so he could grow stronger, awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan, and eventually take his eyes to gain the eternal Mangekyo. But if that were really the case, why didn't he just take his father's eyes? Fugaku had also seen war, and he possessed the Mangekyo Sharingan too. So this leaves us with the big question. Was Itachi always meant to be a noble hero from the start, or did Kishimoto rewrite his character later in the series? Ultimately, that's for you to decide. Well, based on the hints scattered throughout Naruto, it's clear that Kishimoto had been planting the seeds for his true nature all along. From Sasuke's early memories to Itachi's actions during his time in the Akatsuki, the signs were always there. We just didn't see them until the truth was finally revealed. At the end of the day, Itachi is one of the most complex and tragic characters in anime history. Whether you see him as a hero who sacrificed everything for peace, or a man forced into an impossible choice, his legacy remains one of Naruto's most unforgettable stories. But what do you think? Was Itachi's character planned from the start, or do you believe Kishimoto changed his direction later? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more anime content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.